Hey guys, and welcome to Performance Cars, and today I have a Toyota Mark II. This is known as the JZX110. So this is the more sought after and rarer IRV Fortuno model with the Yamaha 1JZ GTE engine. The owner has Vertex front bumper, the Vertex side skirt and the Vertex rear bumper, which we'll get round to in a bit. Also has the front fog lights. This looks a bit like a Mercedes C-Class to me. I'm not too sure if you guys can see that too. We'll pop round to the rear first. Especially those rear lights. Definitely looks like a C-Class. Work in motion XT7 wheels. It's running standard disc and pads all round. Not that he needs to upgrade them. Can't see him going too quickly in this car, but we'll see how this goes later. And you can see the Vertex rear lip there with the GP Sports Evo Tune exhaust, and that is massive. You can fit your whole fist in there. We're going to the rear storage space, and this is the key. Normally you get the buttons here, but this one, the lock and unlock, is actually on the side. So the top one is to lock and unlock, and the bottom one is to pop the trunk. And there's plenty of space in there. And there's a little cool feature there, which I'll show you in a second. So we move on to the back. Plenty of space for 3 passengers in the rear. So if you pop down this armrest, you get a sort of compartment. You slide that across and you can reach into the rear trunk. That's pretty cool. You also get an ashtray as well as 2 cup holders. That's a nice feature there. So moving on to the front. See the armrests, electronic windows all round, tweeted by the side mirror, and extra space down here if you just pull it out. A nice little light there. Some sports pedals. This is an automatic, so you can see that down there. A Toyota sports steering wheel, the red badge in the middle. If I just hop in, just show you the dials once I turn on the ignition, and you get an annoying buzz from the Japanese TV. So we have a lot of Japanese writing, some Chinese as well, so this one's self-explanatory. TV, that one's in Chinese, Japanese, Chinese, Japanese, Chinese, Chinese. So I don't know what's going on here. Let's press these buttons. So obviously we're not going to get a reception here. It's your telephone directory, I think. Oh, fan controls. Words all in Japanese and I don't understand any of it. So we'll stick it back to that. Some heated front and rear screen. Clock down there. That's the latest Pioneer SPH-120, I think it is. And I think this is the 2 drink holders. And extra storage in the armrest. We also have folding mirrors and heated wing mirrors. I think that's a coin holder. Not too sure if you can fit many coins in there. Let's give that a try. You can fit some in there, but I think they'll fall out as soon as you accelerate. Also have traction control button there with a TV and NV. No idea what that is. We also have a PWR. I think that stands for power. ECT, electronically controlled transmission, and snow. Well, we're not going to get snow in the UK, so let's get it out of that. I think that's the ECT power, so it's going to hold your revs higher as you accelerate. The seats themselves, just normal seat with what feels like suede down the sides. That's pretty nice. And it's obviously tinted on the rear 3 windows. So this is running a 1JZ GTE single turbo engine, 2.5 litres, 6-cylinder. The head has been slightly worked by Yamaha. See their stamp there. Also has some HKS hard pipes, HKS blower valve, and a tane strut brace. The intercooler is also a Gredi front mount. So you're looking about 276 brake horsepower and 268 foot-pounds of torque. This also looks like a Blitz induction kit. And the horns have also been upgraded. So we'll see how that sounds later. Right, so here we are inside the JZX110. We're just about to join the dual carriageway and give it some. Woo. Took a bit of time for it to get into the correct gear, and it just pulled all the way to the red line. Doesn't feel that quick, to be honest, but it's okay, it's alright. The dump valve the dump valve noise is really addictive. It's really nice. As I put my foot down again, well, you always got to wait for the automatic gearbox to get it to the right gear. It does seem a bit sluggish though, and that's on the PWR mode on the ECT, on the electronic controlled transmission. And every time I put my foot down, the revs go up a bit. It's just a constant drone. I mean, we are picking our speed, but it's just a constant drone of the same. I think that exhaust is way too big. Way too big. But you do get to hear the dump valve with the window down. Oh, that sounds like a turkey for some reason. Got a bit of a tunnel here. Wow! So this is much bigger than many of the other cars I've been driving recently. And like I mentioned earlier to you before, it looks a bit like a Mercedes on the outside. On the inside it's very spacious. The seats themselves, they're comfy, but if I was to take this round corners, I don't think it'll hold me in well. It goes really nicely as well, even though it's an automatic, but if you're cruising, this is a great cruiser. We're in a dual carriageway at the moment, and the exhaust, even though it was loud on start-up and accelerating, when you were doing an average speed of about 60, it's not too bad. It's running HKS coilovers at the moment, and even though it stiffens up the suspension a bit, it isn't too uncomfortable. I think it's called the LS Plus. You still get full adjustability of it, but it's good enough for this car, especially for the weight of it anyways. So I thought the ECT PWR button down there was going to stiffen up the chassis or make the steering wheel slightly heavier like the BMWs I've been driving, but it doesn't. It's purely on the automatic transmission. So the steering wheel stays the same throughout and the throttle response stays the same. The steering, yeah, because this car is so big, it does feel a bit like a boat. Even though we have the HKS coilovers on here, it does sway a bit, but you're going to expect this from such a big car. So it's a lovely day today in Surrey, and I've got something to complain about. The chrome on the well, gear shifter, the one that you select the gears on this automatic gearbox, it's constantly reflecting the sun into my face, and it's making me squint quite a bit. So Yeah, I might have to put some tape there or something. And the fan controls, the third one, remember the Japanese writing? Well, if I press it, okay, it's all good. We can select the fan controls, where to direct the air. About 20 seconds later, it reverts back to the TV screen. And that's quite annoying. So we've got a bit of stretch here. Let's listen to that 1JZ again. Definitely feel the turbos kicking in now. 6,000 RPM, 7. And brakes. Sounds a bit like a train, you know when the train's slowing down. That's what it sounds like. Anyways, we've got a few corners coming up. Let's see how this handles. It's a bit sluggish. Turning in. Ooh. Back on the power. Jump. So this car is great for cruising down the motorway or from A to B. But I do notice some people, they use this for drifting, but I'm definitely not going to do this in someone else's car. What else do I like about it? The 1JZ GTE engine. It revs nicely, it just keeps going all the way to the red line. The gearbox, although it's a bit sluggish, it does do shifting quite well. It does take some time to think about it though. Apart from that, having the suspension, I can't imagine what the standard suspension would feel like. I mean, we have the coilovers on this at the moment. It still rocks around a bit, but I don't know. This is a car that you immediately think of when you say performance. It is quite rare in itself. I think these replaced the Toyota Chasers. So a standard Toyota Mark II weighs in at 1,530. We have this one in at 1,404. Right, so I said we'll try out the horn. Let's give it a push. That was kind of extended. Do it once more. That's a bit weird. This car was recently imported by Bob, so I want to say a big thank you to him for letting me drive his Mark II today. And yeah, it's been an experience. First time I've had, well, the first time I've driven the 1JZ anyways. So don't forget to comment, like and subscribe. Drive safely, stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Hey guys, and welcome to Performance Cars. So today I'm at Bedford Autodrome in Northamptonshire. We're here for a track day in the S2000. So we're just gonna drive up to the gates. We have briefing now, and then after we have the noise test for the car. Fingers crossed this one passes the noise limits at 101 decibels because it has a spoon end one with no bung. So yeah, let's see how the car